Today, and today is the 15th of January 2020. How are you, Mr. Albert Matapo?
I'm fine, Mr. Gambakwe. Thank you very much. How about you?
Very well. Zimbabwe People Power Movement is now well known across Zimbabwe. Now, the question that I wanted to ask you today is, with regard to Nelson Chamisa, the leader of the opposition, which won over 2 million votes in the last elections, how are you going to engage with him in all the plans that you have been announcing to the public?
Thank you, Mr. Gambakwe. Yes, I value the opposition politics in Zimbabwe. There are many opposition political parties and also leaders. I value them all so much, and we do give them the value because we know that these, I have been in opposition politics for many years, from 1996 up to today, and I really appreciate the work that opposition activists carry out, including their leaders. You have asked particularly about the movement for Democratic Change Alliance, MDC Alliance, led by Advocate Nelson Chamisa. I respect him for leading a big movement, for leading, the majority of Zimbabweans. And I have always said that as Zimbabwe People Power Movement, we are open to accept every person or any person who comes, people from all walks of life. This does not exclude leaders of political parties like Nelson Chamisa himself. He is welcome to be part of us and work with us for one reason: to take power from ZANU, move on into a transitional system until we then conduct free and fair elections. So political leaders, like people like Nelson Chamisa, people like Noah Manyika, people like Nkosana Moyo, people like all these leaders from Twakazi, from all political parties, opposition political parties in Zimbabwe, you are all welcome to be part of Zimbabwe People Power Movement. And once you come, you become coordinators of certain sections so that you have a say in everything that we do. Because what we are doing is not for Matapo, it's for all Zimbabweans, for all of us. I am not saying abandon your parties. No, I'm not saying you must stop. I'm not here to destroy your parties. No, keep your parties, keep your membership, but you can also be part of Zimbabwe People Power Movement. Let me describe the Zimbabwe People Power Movement this way. We are like a mother body of maybe a teachers union. A teachers union has got its members being teachers from various schools. So a teachers union cannot go to Goromonza High School and say, we want Goromonza High School to be a part of a teachers union. No, a teachers union does not go to Murewa High School and say that. No, but members of Murewa High School and members of Goromonza High School, including the headmaster, can be part of a teachers union. Build that teachers union, fight for their rights, for salaries, for conditions of service as a teachers union. So they go back to their schools and still run their schools. So I'm saying Nelson Chamisa and all these other leaders, they can still go back to their political parties, run their political parties, but at the same time being members of Zimbabwe People Power Movement. So we share whatever positions and we move in and use these ideas and get to take king power, and we move on. So one thing that must be very clear is, I'm not here to destroy your parties. I'm not here to infiltrate your parties. I'm not here to take your members. No, your members can be members of Zimbabwe People Power Movement and go back and come back to your parties. So you are welcome. Your question, I think, is answered that they are more than welcome to come and work with us. Okay. I'm extending this invitation to them. We will not go to them and bow down and no, we are, open. We are free. Come. Okay. Let us work together.
Now, let's look at your plans. There's areas where your plans agree with plans for, let's say, MDC Alliance. For example, a transitional authority. But there are places where they differ. For example, dialogue. You differ. How are you going to reconcile all these differences?
Yes.
And align with a party like the MDC Alliance?
Yes. As I have said, that they can still maintain their party as MDC Alliance and then also be part of a social movement. So they can continue with their dialogue as MDC Alliance. But when it comes to Zimbabwe People Power Movement, we don't do dialogue. We are not interested in it because as far as we are concerned, it does not produce anything. We don't want elections. They can continue to be involved in elections. It's up to them. We will not stop them. So it's free.
Okay, but you said this year, 2020, you're going to make an announcement.
Yes.
You're going to give a signal.
Yes.
How is it going to work? How do you fit the MDC in your schedule? Because the MDC is very big. So if you make your announcement and say, I've given the signal, what part can a party like the MDC play? If you called someone like Nelson Chamisa and say, I'm going to give a signal, or are you going to call him when you give the signal?
You see, I know different people might define signal in different ways.
Yeah.
But the sure case is that Zimbabwe People Power Movement is going to give a signal, and that signal will be clear and pronounced, well pronounced. I will not explain it now. There is no way we are going to engage a single party and say, play this role. No. Because members of political parties, they are not tied on political parties. They are not owned by political parties. It is up to members to be part of their political parties and also be part of a movement that has got an answer, which is Zimbabwe People Power Movement, has got an answer for Zimbabweans. So whether you belong to MDC, to Mdu, to Ndonga, to whatever, if you want change, here is the opportunity. Then afterwards, we put in place these free and fair conditions for elections that will then allow you to vote your leader, whoever your leaders you want. But at this stage, political parties are there. But as long as their solution is dialogue, demonstrations, stairways, elections, they are going nowhere. ZANU-PF will never be removed by those Mahumbe. I call them Mahumbe. We know what will remove ZANU, and that is coming. So okay. We are open.
Right. I hear you very, very clearly. So, can you describe to me how this will work? Let's say you've given the signal and ZANU-PF is gone.
Yes.
You're going to have a referendum, like you said yesterday.
Yes. Yes.
Right. How is all these opposition parties, at what point are they going to get involved?
This is the opposition parties have to be involved now. Whoever is not involved now, it will be difficult. Once we have pushed this on, we will take coordinators, those who are coordinating in different points of Zimbabwe in this move. Those will be eligible for the referendum. It will not be a referendum for everybody in Zimbabwe. It's not possible because we need resources and so on and so forth. But it will be those who have been active. Remember, we have provincial coordinators, we have national coordinators, provincial coordinators, district coordinators, ward coordinators, branch coordinators, and their teams. So we will select certain positions to come and converge. We will do a national convergence, a convention of, but selected from these, because these coordinators, they are typically representing their own regions. So a district coordinator, for example, is like a member of parliament for that particular district. He will come, or he or she will come to represent that district, and he or she will come with their ward coordinators and branch coordinators. They will come like that as a group. So this is the time. Some people will say, when we get to that point, they will say, no, you are taking people who are new in politics. They are the ones who are deciding. They will decide because they are jumping in now in the process. So it will not be like we say we want representative from MDC, we want representative from Mtwakas. No, we will say coordinators, those who have been coordinating. What level? We have got a register, of course we know. So we will call those, and we call that a national convention. We then make decisions. So this is the time that they should come. Anyone who is willing to be part of this should come now.
Okay, is that not setting up a stage for conflict? Because you've got a big political party and you are going into areas where they are also operating. And
no. Look, it can be a big political party or whatever, but nobody owns the people of Zimbabwe. People of Zimbabwe are not owned by anyone, by any organization. They are free to join any organization of their choice. So this organization, Zimbabwe People Power Movement, is an open organization for all Zimbabweans, regardless of which political party they come from. It does not matter whether they come from a big organization or a small organization, but they are people of Zimbabwe. So there is no conflict whatsoever, because this is an open forum for everybody. Just like if MDC moves into power today, they will not have a conflict with me, because I will say, no, yes, they can appoint me if they want, if they don't want, but there is no conflict. Because I don't own Zimbabwe. I don't own the people. The same way they don't own anyone.
Okay. So at this moment, at this present moment, if, let's say, Dr. Thokozani Kupe wanted to come to Zimbabwe People Power Movement, what steps would she take?
There is no difficult steps. Anyone is free to come. They just contact me, say, no, I want to be part of Zimbabwe People Power Movement. I say, do you want to be in our WhatsApp groups? If you want, if you don't want, but still you have contacted me, we put you in a register. We have a way of registering people somewhere, so that at least we can account for them.
Okay.
Yes. So it's as simple as ABC. Even CIOs, they are coming. Even soldiers are coming. They say, no, I want to be part. Say, okay, do you want to be in a WhatsApp group, or you don't want? We just register them. We know how we are doing it. So they become part of us. We know, okay, when eventually we come to a point of doing something, you are going to be part of the people. Yes, thank you. Even ministers, even ministers, we have been approached by some ministers in Mnangagwa's government who are saying, no, we are clean. We are not committing crimes. We want to be part of this. And we are saying, you're welcome. Vanangu, uyai makachena. That's what we are saying. So everybody is welcome. But we are saying, once you declare yourself to be part of us, stop, murdering people, stop doing the bad things. Because we don't want, we will do a commission of inquiry at the time, when it's time, to make sure that everyone is clean. Those who have declared themselves, automatically they will be pardoned.
Okay. So, my question is, is it not difficult for a leader of a party to call you? Is it not necessary to have a structure where maybe a political party comes into Zimbabwe People Power Movement as a body, not as a person? So instead of the president calling you, maybe you could invite the whole organization. I don't know how that could work, or allocate them, because I think it would be very difficult for someone like Nelson Chamisa to pick up the phone and say, I want to become, because there's party structures involved. The decision is not made by one person.
Yes, I understand what you're saying, but look, Zimbabwe People Power Movement is a movement for all Zimbabweans, and Zimbabweans are equal. We are all born equal. We are all created equal. Yes. We should remain equal, and therefore there is nothing wrong in me raising my phone, calling President Nelson Chamisa if I need something from him. There is also nothing wrong in him calling me, and I mean, there is no way they can come as a body.
Okay.
We don't want bodies, because then they will have to have a special position which is more equal than others. That's what we don't want. We want all Zimbabweans to be the same. Every Zimbabwe has to be the same. Remember, I will just say something, that the same opposition heroes, the same people who died or who were victimized by the regime fighting for change, we will recognize them. They are also our heroes, because the movement, the opposition movement, we have been part of the opposition movement and we are still part of it. And therefore, those who suffered in the hands of the junta, we will respect them. We will, whatever they deserve, they will get it. Morgan Tsvangirai himself will be, rewarded for the roles that he played. Otherwise, more than what people think, because we value him the way he should have been valued. So, whoever gets victimized anywhere in the opposition circles, be it MDC, be it Mtwakas, be it whatever, we value them. We give them the value that they deserve. So, it's not a problem. They can always approach our procedure at this point in time. They come to me. Because we are trying at least to not to be infiltrated too much. And so, yes, it's simple. Send me a message, we talk. Some leaders within MDC have approached me, and we talk. We don't divulge it. It's not public information. But we have others who have approached us. Even ministers, even CIOs, soldiers, policemen, commissioners, they have approached us. So we are okay.
Okay. The opposition in Zimbabwe, they failed to work together at many different points. That has been one of the biggest weaknesses which has kept ZANU-PF in power. MDC has split so many times. How are you going to address this problem of a fractured opposition?
Yes. Well, I don't want to say it's their weakness or whatever. I don't want to blame them. The blame game thing, I don't want it, and we don't just blame people for unnecessarily. No, we don't do that. But the point is, Zimbabweans have failed to unite as Zimbabweans, as a nation. We have failed to come together because the enemy has been so powerful, and they dish out money, they dish out power, they divide people along tribal lines, regional lines, status, social status, so many ways that they have divided the people. And so it should not be something to really worry about, because something that we know, and therefore we are going to correct it by way of bringing together all people from all walks of life, giving them positions that are equal, holding people equally, treating them in the same way, and making sure that giving them some confidence that we value them, we give them respect, we see them as equals, and that is going to give people confidence. And slowly those who see faster, they are moving, they are coming in. A lot of people are coming to join us simply because they know that they are being valued and they are being respected.
Okay, so let us summarize. According to my understanding, you are saying there is no big, there's no small opposition party, and there are no special positions for political parties in the Zimbabwe People Power Movement. Every person comes to join according to their own declaration to say, I want to be part of this movement. If someone like president of the opposition wants to become part of Zimbabwe People Power Movement, they can call you and discuss how they can become part of Zimbabwe People Power Movement. But you do not join as a group. You can't come as MDC and say, it's not a coalition.
Yes, it's not a coalition. Okay. You can not come as a group. No, you can come as individuals. But suppose Nelson Chamisa comes today. He says, okay, I want to pull, I've got my supporters from a certain corner. Yeah. You can say, okay, do you want to coordinate them? He gives us, if we see proof of him leading this support, which is now under Zimbabwe People Power Movement, he becomes a coordinator. You can become a district coordinator, a provincial coordinator, or a national coordinator. Then if you're a national coordinator, you sit in the national team. And automatically, then, you are in the decision making. It's very easy for an opposition leader like Nelson Chamisa, like other leaders, to be in the decision making of Zimbabwe People Power Movement, provided they declare themselves that, no, we're coming. And then we give them positions, not because they've come as a group, but because they have made a declaration themselves, and because they have demonstrated that they will lead a certain section of Zimbabwe People Power Movement, automatically they get there. But I'm not saying this is a hard and fast rule so that somebody says, no, but you said I'm going to be a national coordinator. It's not like that. We have got a certain number that fits in the national coordination. Once that number is there, we can't get any more, because then it defeats the purpose.
Okay, what if they outright say, no, we don't believe in these ideas of the Zimbabwe People Power Movement, we don't want to be part of it?
Yes, there is no problem with that. It's just like Emerson Mnangagwa today does not believe in us because he does not want to resign. The only reason why we say he is believing is when he resigns. But if he doesn't resign, it means he's not believing in us. So the same way, anyone is free to say that. But that does not mean that person owns the people of Zimbabwe. Whether he had support yesterday, that support can always shift and leave him. So it is up to them to say they don't want to join or they want to join. But they don't own the people. That's the most important thing. Those who would want to continue following, particular individuals, there are people who want to promote certain individuals. They are not worried about change. Yes, then they can keep on following such people. But those who want real change, they go for it. Here is the change. The change is coming. Zimbabwe People Power Movement has got the solution.
Okay, I think it's very, very clear. And I want to give you an opportunity to just say anything that you think we've not said, then we can close off.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gambata. Yes, I'm only saying I'm coming to you with all my heart to say, please, Zimbabweans, this is an opportunity, once off an opportunity for all of us to unite and make sure that we do away with this regime. Please, here is the chance. Can you come forward? The procedure is simple. Let us be part and parcel. Let us, wherever we come from, let us tell our relatives so that they know of the existence of Zimbabwe People Power Movement and we become part of it. We are delaying to be freedom. We are delaying freedom by delaying to come to Zimbabwe People Power Movement. Here is the chance. Please come so that then we can move on together as one. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Albert Matapo. I really enjoyed talking to you. And I know this is one of the most difficult parts, bringing everything together. Yes. This is going to be the most difficult part. That's why most people say the last mile is the most difficult.
Yes.
After you remove ZANU-PF, you might find out that that part when you've removed ZANU-PF is more difficult than when there was ZANU-PF.
Yes.
Do you have a contingency plan for such a thing?
Yes, no, we have very good plans for Zimbabwe. We have ways of counter all the negatives that might come. We are ready to face them, and we will always consult the people. We will be accountable to the people. We will respect the people. We will listen to them, hear them, follow what they want. And as long as we are doing that, we will be okay, because we will be moving together with the people. We are simply putting the power into the hands of the people. And nothing will be difficult when the people themselves are involved, the people are deciding, and they are moving on without thieves, without anyone threatening them anything. So we are 100% sure, we are cocksure that we are going to make it. We are going to succeed. Zimbabweans are going to be happy. They are going to enjoy the milk and honey flowing in Zimbabwe very soon.
All right, thank you very much, sir. And we'll be back again very, very soon. We are going to take a break after this video for a while you deal with the processes that you are dealing with. Anyone who wants to talk to Mr. Albert Matapo, you can contact him directly on his cell phone until the next time that we have another discussion again. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.